Hi there, I'm Brad Camp, and I want to talk to you today just about a little trip my son and I took. It was actually two trips, and the purpose was just to de stress. John and I left Nanaimo around 9 a.m. in the morning. Of course, it's in the morning. And we just didn't really know where we were going or where we wanted to go. So we headed north and we got to Campbell River. And I was figuring we'd go to Gold River just because I haven't been there in a long, long time. And he looked at me and went, "Well, Dad, I want to go to Mount Cain." Our first actual stop was in Sayward on the east coast of Vancouver Island. And that's where these first few pictures are taken. Um, it's just a landing place, I guess, where fishing boats can take off. And there's a couple of shipwrecks here, which is all the rust in the water, and sort of really cool to see. And it was the end of the road. Um, so we had to turn around, and from there we headed towards Mount Cain. The scenery is quite beautiful all the way up to Mount Cain. There's areas you can stop and pull off and look at different lakes and parks and that sort of stuff. And then with your turn off to Mount Cain, you get onto a gravel road, and you head, I think it's about 5 kilometers up on a gravel road, and from there you get into some snow and some beautiful scenery. And Mount Cain itself is really a small ski resort, like really small, um, but it's quaint. Um, I think the skiing's probably okay, and seasons pass are reasonable. But just for the drive, it was really well worth the trip. And they've got a little area you can get some food up there, a couple of cabins. And what we found is a lot of people just parking up there and sitting beside their vehicles and just enjoying the scenery. That was really cool. And from Mount Cain, we actually turned around, went back down the hill, and we had seen a sign that said you could go to Gold River. It was sort of on the gravel road, and John and I looked at each other and went, heck, why not? So we headed to Gold River, and that took us another 60 kilometers of gravel road, and we stopped there. By the time we got to Gold River, it was getting dark and the lighting wasn't good enough to do photography. So we ended our trip, headed back to Campbell River and then back to Nanaimo. The trip itself was about, I don't know, 11 hours. So our next trip, we hit Tofino, and what I really wanted was a coffee from Rhino's Coffee and a donut. They make fresh donuts, really, really good donuts. Highly recommend it. And I've spent a lot of time in Tofino years ago when I was working as a painter, and really got to enjoy the scenery there and the beaches. And the day we went up was quite stormy, lots of rain. Um, but being in Tofino, the rain's sort of different. It doesn't affect you the same way as it does in other places. And so we got on the beach, walked to the beach, saw a little bit of wildlife, and um, witnessed a fair bit of wind and some waves, some really good waves. Um, After Tofino, we went to Culet and saw this lighthouse and took pictures of it. In the couple minutes it took to take pictures of the lighthouse, John and I both got drenched, absolutely drenched. And after that, we went to Bamfield. Um, didn't really get to see much there because of COVID-19 and a lot of it being sort of locked down. And it was a lot of gravel roads and really bumpy. But taking the trip itself um, was really rewarding in the way that we didn't have cell phone reception for most of it. And we were driving, so we got to talk a bit. And with the gravel roads, we really had to focus on the roads themselves. It was a really good way to clear the head, to not have to think about, work and finances and life and bills and all that sort of stuff. And I've been told lately that it's good to take a break. If you're working on a project or you're overwhelmed by life, it's like just take a break, stop, breathe, take in some scenery, take a day off, and the memories you get from that day off last more than a day. Where a wage is, a day's wage lasts one day, and then you're back at work. Um, yeah, this trip and remembering the trip will last quite a while, and it was enough fun that we're already planning another trip, and um, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Um, yeah. So if you're doing the same, I know we all have to work, we all have to pay our bills, but these two trips total cost about $150. We didn't stay anywhere. We didn't really eat out. We stopped at one place to get a bite to eat, and most of the expense was just fuel. Um, yeah, so it was really worth it. And I think our next trip will be to Port Renfrew on the southern tip of Vancouver Island, and hopefully I'll photograph that one a little bit better than I did this one, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, thank you for listening, and yeah, for all of you people that are out there working hard, don't forget to take a break. Thanks very much, and yeah, I'll be posting more on this YouTube channel, bradleydcamp.com. I've got a website. Um, and if you'd like to like and follow, I guess everyone asks for that. More is talking more about stress, financial stress, anger management, depression, and a lot of the stuff that we guys in particular go through, or single moms or whatever, where you're trying to get by in life, and um, you wonder at times if anyone's listening to you or hearing you. Um, yeah, I'm here. And if you want to chat, let me know. Send me a text or email or whatever, and hopefully we can all get through this COVID and life together. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.